Swinging is social. A few weeks ago, I was having a conversation with somebody who is a very well established person in the lifestyle, could say a seasoned swinger. And we were talking about how over time, they and I had both discovered on our own journeys that swinging is far more than just the sex and is far more to do with intimacy than what we both realized. Um, and they then went on to share with me that they believe that swinging is social for themselves and others members of the lifestyle. And for most people, they believe that sex itself is a social activity. They said that they enjoy participating in communities where sexuality was celebrated and experiences were shared amongst others. My name is Rosie Kay, and I am an open relationship coach and swinger lifestyle expert. And over on my blog site, ThisKindaGirl.co.uk, I aim to banish the myths, the misconceptions, and I inform people as to what swinging and ethical non-monogamy is really all about. And sometimes I talk to other kind of key members of the lifestyle community, of the swinging community, both here and in the States, which is where this person's from. And we compare our experiences and we talk about our businesses and our shared journeys. And this is how this conversation came about, and this is how my ideas for swinging is social and want to get that into a piece of content came from. So that is why I am here today presenting you with this video. Now, I walked away from that conversation having wholeheartedly agreed, and I wanted to then go on and share with more people why it was that I believe swinging is social, and also kind of my beliefs behind this, and also what I've seen in the lifestyle and what other people can have kind of contributed towards this as well. And in this video, I want to look at not only kind of how swinging is social, but also how integral the social element is to so many people. Now, I want to first talk a little bit about online communities, okay? Because there's one thing which I always do here at ThisKindaGirl is that encourage people and spread the good word about online communities that you can join, whether that is swinger dating websites, whether that's online communities for people in your area, or things like Discord groups, because there are so many people out there who are interested in the lifestyle, who are active in the lifestyle, who are waiting to kind of get in touch with people, especially if they live in communities where perhaps they're quite small or perhaps they struggle to meet people in person within their own villages. So there are an awful lot of online communities out there. So I've always encouraged people to join online communities. And back in the day, there were things like Reddit. They're not as popular now, but there were things like Reddit, and now there's things like Discord. There's forums on swinger sites, and there's also, of course, the swinger dating websites. And by joining online communities, you can connect with those who are local to you, but also in your town, in your in cities that are local to you as well. Perhaps you live in the type of place where you can't always come out to people and say that you're a swinger. Perhaps you can't approach people in your area. So finding people online is a great way to find people in your community. Also, you'll find that with things like Discord, there's a lot of clubs and parties who have Discord servers. So if you're interested in going or you want to find out more about it, or perhaps you live in an area where there's a club, you can join the Discord server to again get ingrained with that community online before you actually attend an event. And there are, of course, clubs and events that have an international following that people will then join the Discord server to find out more about the types of people who go. And if you want to find out more about kind of what swinging clubs are available in a certain state, perhaps you live in a certain state in the US and you want to find out what clubs are available, you can check out information about those online by joining one of the swinger dating websites, where you can then find kind of clubs in those states and find out who is going and who attends. So online communities are really important and they're very integral to the swing experience. The next thing I want to talk about is social events. Now, when I first started swinging over 10 years ago, social events, they weren't really a thing here in the UK. And if they were, they certainly weren't advertised anywhere. But fast forward a few years, a swinger social event, and events which encourage a social element, such as pre-party kind of social meetups at bars or in hotels, or pre-hotel takeover meetups where there's a social event on a particular night, like the Friday night, Thursday night, there's simply a social event. These are becoming really popular. At swinger socials, yes, guests can choose to meet up afterwards, but the event itself is purely social. Now, here in the UK, swinger socials are slowly starting to take off, and now there's groups which are simply for women in the lifestyle, and there's ones for like couples and ones for couples and singles. This wasn't really a thing, as I said, back in the day when I first started swinging. But as it's grown in popularity, swinger socials are becoming more popular. And sometimes they are great places for people who are curious about the lifestyle, or perhaps, they're not looking for like a full swap with a couple, and they're on their own journey and they're looking for different things in the lifestyle, or they're looking to simply meet with other like-minded and open-minded people, or those who are more interested in polyamory and building up more of a relationship with others. These are very popular for people who have an interest in this. So swinger socials and purely social events are very popular, and they are on the rise. Now, the next one, which ties in with why swinging is social, is friendships. Now, it is often a dream for so many swinger couples to create their own social circles of like-minded swinger friends, people who they can socialize with and also enjoy the lifestyle with, and maybe couple swap with. Now, in reality, swinger friendship groups, they are pretty hard to maintain and create, as sometimes finding fellow couples who all tick each other's boxes and are all free at the same time and place can prove very difficult. That's not to say it doesn't happen or can't happen or shouldn't happen. And it does happen, but it can be really difficult. So sometimes, although we all want these friendships, and although we all want to kind of have this group of friends we can meet up and play with, it is very difficult. But for a lot of people, they always have that intention and that aim. And sometimes even meeting up with people who are not in the lifestyle, who are in your vanilla friendship circle, can be difficult, never mind the lifestyle element as well. But for many people, once they've found swingers in the lifestyle who they get on with, they maintain that friendship regardless of whether they regularly meet up with them or not. Because again, having that social circle and those social connections and people who you can relate to and talk to is really important, because very often we can't talk to our vanilla friends about it. We can't talk to our family about it. Sometimes they simply wouldn't understand the decisions that we've chosen to live by, and the dynamics that we've chosen to live by. So sometimes it can be quite hard. So once you find people, you can want to cling on to them. So there are a few examples of why it is I believe swinging is social. I do have a lot more content on this topic to talk about, and in my next video, I'm going to be talking about why it is that we as humans love talking about sex, and love talking about intimacy, and some of the positive benefits that that can have on our lives. If you want to find out more, if this video has resonated with you, if you want to find out more about why it is that swinging is social, and find out some of those websites and some of those places which I talk about so passionately, use the description for this video below, because there's a few suggestions that I'm going to put down there for you to check out. One of those is, of course, the ThisKindaGirl Club, which is my own members club, which gives you access to a brand new swinger dating platform called CNM for Us. You'll find the link below in this description. CNM for Us is a lot more than just a dating site. It is a swinger social hub. I'm not going to tell you too much about it because there's loads to talk about and I'll be here forever. But as I said, if you want to find out more about the work I do, about my members club, about CNM for Us, hit the description below. And I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope it has enlightened you a little bit as to why swinging is so social for people, and sometimes a little bit more important than the sex element as well.